Hey everybody, Don here again. Well, I am 3 weeks to the day post-surgery, and I gotta tell you, I'm doing really well. Still got this sling on. We'll have this on for 3 more weeks, but I do start physical therapy on Monday. So if you guys have ever dealt with rotator cuff surgery, you know your first several sessions of physical therapy, the therapist does all the manipulating of the arm, trying to, break that scar tissue, trying to get the range of motion started. And it is incredibly painful. When I had this shoulder done 15 years ago, I joked that it was the first time a 100-pound girl made me cry. And this will probably be the second time because I know it's not going to be any fun, but it's all part of the process. And so I'm doing really well. I had not had hardly any pain unless I try to move the arm in directions I'm not supposed to. And I'm being really diligent about staying in the sling and following the doctor's orders. Going to be a long time before I'm back on the water. But I want to show you a couple of things that I'm going to use this year. Some things that are new, some things that are old. Last year I started throwing Kersmacks. This is a giant, kind of a wake bait, and a frog, very cool, that my friend Chris Ellis makes. And I spent the big bucks and bought one of those, but I only got a chance to fish it twice before the end of the season. And I did get a lot of comments about, man, that's going to blow out your shoulder. And I will say that, if you were to try to cast that thing hard, you would ruin your shoulder in a day. But I don't. I just kind of lob it out there and then bring it back. So I'm going to get out and fish this thing as soon as I can. It's probably not going to be until July, but I am bound and determined to catch a big bass. I'd love to get one like that 10-pounder on the wall behind me, but I'm bound and determined that I'm going to catch a big fish with this lure. And Chris has offered to take me out and, give me some ins and outs and take me to some spots where he knows that I'll catch some big bass. And when I say big bass, for me, anything over 4 pounds is a big bass. I've caught that one 10-pound, 4-ounce bass that came out of Florida. I've caught a 7, a couple of 6s, and a handful of 5s, and that's about it for me in big bass. So I want to concentrate a little bit more on that this year when I get back into tournament fishing especially. Here's another lure that I probably won't fish in a tournament because this thing is really going to be, in my mind, a pre-dawn sunset type of a bait. And that is this giant thing right here. This is the Mola Gila Crawler. This is also made by my friend Chris Ellis over at Mr. Tightlines. And again, this is, it's an expensive lure. But I've wanted one of these, and I got it in this, I forget the name of it, but it's basically almost black with a little bit of detail on it. But for me, black topwater baits are really good right at first light and right at last light. So this lure right here, I'm going to be throwing it, trying to catch some big fish. So that's number 2. This one I think I might have showed, I'm not sure, but this is a soft plastic swim bait that I bought from a guy, Chris Jones. He's down in Florida, and this is 6 or 7 inches. It's a soft plastic. It's got beautiful action, but look at the colors on that. This is a hand poured open pour bait, and it's just fantastic. I got 6 of these things. They're basically $10 a piece, but I love big swim baits like this, soft swim baits. And so I'll rig this up probably Texas style, weightless, with probably a 6/0 hook on it, a wide gap hook. I also try some belly weighted swim bait hooks, but that's another one that I'm really looking forward to throwing. And then if you watch my videos, you guys know that when I'm fishing for smallmouth, the Nico Helgermite has become my go-to. Well, I have a good friend from the Granite State Kayak Anglers. His name is Harry Hubbard, and this is his bait company. It's Fish On Lures, and he makes soft plastics. And in conversation with me and watching some of my videos, he knew how much I like the Helgermite. So when we had our winter meeting, he brought me this right here. This is his version of a Helgermite, and he molded me up a couple of bags of these. I told him black was, pretty much my best color, and so he molded me up some of those. So when I'm fishing on the Connecticut River or any place where there's a good smallmouth, I will be throwing Harry's Helgermite. That thing cool? Quite a bit bigger than a Nico Helgermite, but that's awesome. Big baits, big fish, right? Even if you're talking about smallmouth. So what's the next steps for me? Well, like I said, I start physical therapy Monday. I'll be going twice a week for 3 weeks. And then they'll allow me to start doing some stuff at home. I got a pulley set up that I used last time. I've moved that into the house so that I can, pull that arm up and just keep stretching that tendon, until I get full range of motion again. And I'm going to take it easy. I'm rigging up, me and my neighbor are going to rig up a way to load my kayak onto the trailer so that I really don't have to do any lifting. Not sure yet if I have an old trailer that I might modify to make a kayak trailer out of it. I may put an electric winch on the front or maybe just a hand crank winch, but either way, my main concern isn't going to be casting because I cast with my right hand and I just reel with my left, but it's getting my kayak on and off the trailer, in and out of the water. So we'll come up with a mechanical way to deal with that. So that's the update. All's good here in Bucktails Outdoors land. I have been able to get back in the paint booth, so if you guys are interested in watching any of those videos, I still have videos in the queue for Ragged Edge Lure Works. Stop on by and say hi. I'm getting ready. I'm almost at 400 subscribers on that channel, and I'm getting ready to do a 400 subscriber giveaway lure. So if you're not subbed to that channel, check it out, because I think that video will probably pop in the next maybe week or two. We'll see. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace.